This is Los Ratones, and if you don't know, this is Caedrel's new League of Legends project, new League of Legends team. Obviously, Caedrel being the former pro player, now turned absolutely massive content creator, streamer, League of Legends personality. We're coming off Worlds where obviously Caedrel was like co-streaming and just putting up insane numbers, insane viewership. He's doing some awesome things for the growth of League of Legends and League of Legends esports. Like I said, he's putting up insane viewers. So many people love him. This guy's just absolutely beloved by the League of Legends community. It seems like all different corners of the community, people all over the world really like Caedrel. And his organization that he is newly kind of getting off the ground, getting started, tweeted out on November 6th of 2024 that their roster was verbally locked. Now, obviously, that is very exciting. That is awesome. And many people were waiting on the edge of their seats to see who this roster was going to be. We've seen much speculation and talk about who these players are going to be. Obviously, this team is going to be competing in one of the ERLs. We don't really know which one yet. I know Caedrel talked about how he's still trying to figure I think like the last couple pieces of that out and see where they're actually going to be playing next year. But the roster is verbally locked, and now today the roster has been officially announced, so that's what we're going to be going over real quick. We have it here. Official. Los Ratones have revealed their roster for next season. We got the Baus in the top lane. Absolutely insane. Again, if you don't know the Baus, he is a Scion one trick. I know he kind of plays some other champions. I've definitely seen like the Gragas and stuff like that, whatever. But he is another massive content creator, streamer, YouTuber, all that good stuff. Very, very well known, high elo solo queue player. Obviously, people are definitely going to have questions about how he's going to fit into a competitive environment, but he is bringing a lot of name power and star factor to this team, which is obviously a major goal of this team to bring eyeballs and stuff to them and everything. We have Velja. I don't know exactly how I don't know exactly how you pronounce this guy's name. This guy is the player that I'm the least familiar with. He is a Serbian jungler apparently, and yeah, I think he's spent a lot of time like in the tier 2s of League of Legends. So I don't know, nice little jungler to round out this team. Hopefully, a guy who's more I think competitive focus and a guy who we've seen ready to hopefully step up and prove himself. And he's going to have an awesome kind of platform to do that with this team. Again, this team's going to put up insane viewership. Obviously, they're going to try and be successful and have wins and all that stuff. In the mid lane, another absolutely massive name. Again, another former pro player now returning to the pro scene. I don't know. We could maybe see him back one day in the LEC once again. I don't know. This is Nemesis in the mid lane. Obviously, again, massive streamer, massive personality. People have very, very strong opinions about him. Nemesis is much more polarizing than somebody like Caedrel. I know there's a lot of people who love Nemesis and think he should be in the LEC right now. And there's a lot of people who are very, very critical of Nemesis, saying, hey, he wasn't that good when we did see him in the LEC. He's overrated. By like LS and the community and fans and everything like that. But Nemesis will obviously have a chance to prove himself because there's another guy who has been, insanely high elo in Europe, in Korea, all over the place. And he's going to be fun to watch. He's going to be exciting. And it's been a while since we've seen him, obviously, competitively. And he has a chance to prove himself. And again, maybe try and work his way back up into the tier 1 leagues. We have Crowny at AD carry, obviously somebody that LEC fans should be very, very familiar with. Crowny is an interesting one for me because obviously at his best, Crowny has been insane. I think at times during his career, he's been insanely underrated, but also during certain splits, during certain, times, he's not always in the best form. I don't really know. Crowny's a player I really like. I think, again, at his best, he's really, really fun to watch. Another, cool personality, but he's just insanely volatile. Crowny can be really, really amazing, or he can be just extremely mid, but yeah, obviously as an ERL player, Crowny should be a beast, hopefully. And then the big pickup that a ton of people are going to be talking about. We did hear a couple of days ago, maybe it was like 2 days ago or something, that Rekkles was going to be leaving T1. He, is going through some personal stuff. He needs to return home to Sweden. We heard that he now has an opportunity to be able to play from home in Sweden and go take care of his personal family matters while also continuing his competitive League of Legends career. And again, himself also trying to work back up to the tier 1s eventually. Rekkles at support. We do have that Rekkles and Crowny bot lane, which is going to be awesome. We have Rekkles and Nemesis teaming up once again. We have the Baus. We have the head coach of Caedrel. Now, I know people might be a little bit skeptical about Caedrel as a head coach, saying, is he actually going to be a good coach? Does this team even need a coach? Obviously, they have a ton of veterans. They have some really big names. They have guys who should be able to win and have an impact in the ERLs just fine. But Caedrel, if you guys do remember, was actually considered as a head coach in the LEC a couple of years ago. After retiring as a pro player, he had some decisions to make about whether he wanted to focus more on content creation or wanted to focus more on the head coaching side. Obviously, I think he made made a fine decision with how his streaming career and content creation career has gone since then. But yeah, Caedrel, I think, at least has the possibility, if he takes it seriously and is really focused, and they want to put everything into this, Caedrel has the opportunity to be a pretty good coach. He's a guy, again, that some top tier teams in the LEC did actually consider. So this isn't like some random guy being a coach or whatever. Obviously, Caedrel has pro scene experience, and actually did consider coaching at one point in time. Here is the article that we have. This roster is pretty hype, right? This Friday saw one of the most significant announcements of the offseason. Los Ratones, a new team founded by streamer and former professional player Caedrel, revealed their inaugural roster. We got the Baus, we got Velja, we got Nemesis, we got Crowny, and we got Rekkles. The team is comprised of well-known League of Legends players with the exception of Velja, a Serbian jungler who's competed semi-professionally in Europe for years. Caedrel will serve as the head coach of this roster, which is sure to generate immense excitement. Scrims, feedback sessions, and reviews will be public as much as possible, explained Caedrel on stream just after the announcement. That is very, very, very cool. So obviously they're going to be trying to give fans a real look into what a competitive League of Legends team is like. And obviously, teams are not teams, but fans are going to want to know what's going on with all these players. Again, how is the Baus going to do in a competitive environment? People are going to be very, very interested to see that. How are Nemesis, Crowny, Rekkles, how are these guys going to interact with each other? And how much has Rekkles grown as like a support? How much has Nemesis grown in his career and all this different stuff? And hearing the comms and, seeing scrims and stuff like that, it's all going to be so cool. So I do hope that Caedrel and Los Ratones are able to provide us as much of that behind the scenes content as possible, because I think it's going to be very, very cool. And again, yes, this team, I'm sure is going to be trying their hardest and is going to be a serious thing or whatever, but they have much less to lose by showing scrims and feedback sessions and all that stuff than many other teams out there, obviously, since these players are all well known and they're trying to just provide a platform, get eyeballs on their team and their roster and everything. So that's something interesting. Also, at the end of the day, they are just an ERL roster. Obviously, you want to win and you want to be competitive, but it's not like we have a trip to Worlds on the line or anything like that. Again, ERLs, they need viewers, they need money, they need funding, they need all that stuff. So if there's ways that they can maybe sacrifice a little bit of the competitive edge or a little bit of the competitive integrity, but while also bringing sustainability to an ERL team, that would be very, very, very cool. And again, I think fans are going to tune into this stuff in just massive numbers. Although he's never played competitively at a high level, the Baus, notorious Cyan One Trick, is an infamous European solo queue terror. Nemesis was one of the best mid laners in the LEC during his time with Fnatic. We'll have to see how Nemesis comes back and does. Again, I think there's going to be some big question marks about him. But obviously Rekkles being the centerpiece of this whole thing, his return to Europe has excited fans around the world. The former European star, people I think were really, really surprised to see him leaving T1, because he had said in that interview with Tolkien during Worlds that he wasn't really planning on returning to Europe at any point. He wanted to stay in Korea. He loved it there. It was what made the most sense for him in his career. He was saying, hey, the League of Legends and the competitive scene and life over here is just different. To see him return to Europe, fans are definitely going to be excited. Again, Rekkles, another polarizing player. He's got a lot of haters. He's got a lot of fans. So it'll definitely be very, very cool. And they're going to get plenty of hate watchers too. There's going to be people who want to tune in and see Nemesis suck and see Rekkles suck and all this different stuff. The Swedish player returned to Europe to accompany the main team at Worlds 2024 as a substitute for T1, giving him front row seats to witness Faker and T1's 5th World victory. There it is. There is that new roster. Obviously, very, very exciting stuff. Like I said, I can't wait to see. I guess at the end here, we do have this one thing with Nemesis and Rekkles in particular. Los Ratones have two players the public has high expectations for, and now remains to be seen which league the team will compete in. So again, there's still some questions there. I know some people speculated they could compete in the NLC, which is like the British league, I think, British, Sweden, stuff like that, where Rekkles would, I think, count as a native player. And then you also have some of the Balkans leagues or something like that, I guess. I don't know. They have some different options because this team has different players and nationalities and all that stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. And again, that will also be a big announcement to see where this team is headed. But obviously, wherever they're headed, it's going to be a big boost to that league. And it'll be very, very interesting to see how good this team and these players actually do and what kind of numbers their content and everything is able to put up. But also just want to mention real quick that we do have the Holy by Sheep Esports giveaway going on right now. We're offering 1 year of Holy Drink to anyone who orders with codes SE5 or SE10. Again, SE5 is going to get you €5 off your first order, and SE10 is going to get you 10% off your entire basket. So use whichever one is going to be the most useful to you to participate in this giveaway. All you have to do is place an order with one of the codes before December 6th of 2024. So check out that first link in the description below. Take advantage of this right now, and good luck. Hopefully we'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.